Hello Fox Cubs, welcome back to another video. It's now time to see what I have finished with the Avatar: The Last Airbender redraw. And without further ado, I'm going to show you the slideshow where I got most of my inspiration and used for my inspiration for the characters that I redrawed. And without further ado, here we go. Starting off with the Avatar, of course. I wanted to go with, like, a Tibetan monk because the Air Nation's clothing and a lot of their way of life is inspired by the Tibetan monks, so I did what I wanted, so I chose a bunch of Tibetan monk outfits that I liked, and I circled all the stuff that I wanted to do. So, for the bottom half is like a skirt, like a Tibetan monk robe skirt, and then the top is kind of hopefully like this, but it didn't end up kind of looking like this. It ended up looking like this and this without like the ornate detail. I would have done more ornate detail, but it is what it is. But I do have like a bead situation going on around the waist, so that's pretty cool. And I really like how the draped look looks on the final product, and I think I like it too. And I wanted to keep his like gray eyes and just like adorable smile, so I did that for the thing. And I was having the hardest time with the arrows, so I had to find a picture of his arrows on his body where it would look like on his arms. It was mostly the arms I was having a hard time with, because looking at just this was not helping me. So I had to find a picture like this to figure out how to do the arrows. It's very difficult, but this is what the whole like design morgue for the final product for what I did. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Next one. Okay, so what I wanted to do was take Appa and deconstruct Appa to these basic animals that Appa is inspired from, like where he has his animal inspirations from. And I looked it up. It's a manatee, like a sea manatee, bison. No, that's bison and buffalo. So I wanted to keep a lot of this intact with also the more nature looking stuff. I wanted my Appa to look like that you could find something in nature. So I did my best with that. So I have like the chunky legs of a bison, the head shape sort of the bison, the hump part, not the horn, the hump part of the bison, the length of a manatee, and also the tail. But the horn and a little bit of the ear situation from both the bison and buffalo. And I wanted to go with like this color, like something around this color to be like more natural looking, because there might be some bisons that, not bisons, air bison that look a bit more nature looking instead of just like stark cream white. But either way, Appa, either brown or cream white, is adorable. And I think I did a pretty okay job with the end result, which you'll see later. Alright, next slide. The one, the only Momo! Alright, so I looked up what kind of animals Momo is based off of, and basically these three. It's a lemur, a mouse-like maybe thing, and then a bat for sure. And I wanted to combine all of these things that could occur in nature, but more like the color of this, and with the ringtail looking thing, but with a little bit of that color and also this color too. Not really much black, but except for in this area for some reason. I don't know why, but I just did some there. But I tried to make it look like Momo while also looking like an animal that was in the wild and it looks weird, but also kind of cute at the same time. The ears aren't as long. They're like more like this ear shape, which could be like naturally occurring because you don't see that many animals like with really crazy long ears unless it's like a dog. But or an elephant. But Momo isn't an elephant. He's a lemur. And I wanted to go with more like natural looking ears for a lemur. And also this is my style. This is like how I want. So that's what I wanted. And also, I really like this expression in the eyes. It really reminds me of Momo's eyes right here, which is really cool. I did keep the green eyes. I did keep the green eyes of Momo. It was really difficult to do the bat wings, but I tried my best, and I hope you'll like it when you see it. But yeah, I took these elements and made it into like a really cute Momo. And I tried to keep a lot of like a little bit of like the original, like the curliness of the tail, like the curl part of the tail it is in the picture. And then and the ear, the inside of the ears, I tried to also keep in the inside of the ears that I did with this kind of style. And hopefully you'd like it. Next one. Okay, so Katara. My Katara looks really nice. And this design right here is in this portion right here on the picture. Also, I'm pretty sure this is AI or it could be real. I don't know. Anyways, I tried to find some pictures and I tried to take as many aspects of these pictures that I found that were from cultures that cultures that were that inspired the Water Nation, which apparently Aztec and Inuit. I think I'm saying that right, Inuit. And those cultures kind of inspired the outfits and I think the way of life for the Water Nation. So I wanted to incorporate some really fancy looking dress with all this. And I wanted to do like this kind of design on like a cape situation behind Katara's outfit that's attached to her outfit. And then this portion is on her bodice and like this kind of section. And then like these bead kind of situation, like these beads. I included that too, like all around like this thing. And I really liked it. And I also kept like a fur coat, like a fur trim situation too. She also has like really cute Water Nation earrings, and she has her necklace. My Katara has her necklace and hair loopies. So she's good. And like the only part that I took really from this outfit is this band right here. It's not really that much, but it's more like mostly Inuit with a tiny hint of this. I tried. And like the hair is like maybe kind of like this, but also like really curly, really poofy. And she's got like a bun situation where her hair loopies would go to, and like a really cool like hairnet on the back of her hair, which is really cool to help keep like a bun where her hair loopies would attach to from from the forehead to the back of the head, which is kind of cute. I really like how it turned out, and I think you'll like it too. Okay, so Sokka, here we go. So I kept his necklace, his gloves and arm thingies, his arm cover thingies, and his boomerang, and his hair, and I kept his hair. And I had like this for jacket part combined with the fur trim. I could have gone for like these glasses, but I guess I didn't because I don't know. It's not Sokka without the eyes. And I tried to think of some kind of way to incorporate Aztec outfit, but this was like the only thing that I could find for Aztec that wasn't AI, and I didn't want to use AI. And the majority of the Aztec stuff that I found was like girl outfits, and this was like the only guy thing. And I guess this could count for like the hair situation that Sokka has. I don't know. Sokka doesn't have any earrings on in my picture. And then this I have in like the middle of his outfit where it's like, ooh, he's got like this kind of section going on, but with Water Nation symbols, like they're there, and he has his like fur trim too. So it's kind of like this outfit, combined with that and that fur trim together. And then I guess also like some Ugg boots situation going on too for his outfit. It'll make a lot more sense when you see it. And this design right here, I tried to do like a diamond situation on his. So that way, like, there's still some resemblance of like, ooh, this could be like Inuit inspired kind of situation. I tried to incorporate some of this. It was very difficult, but I tried my best. Okay, so Zuko was one of my hardest ones to do, mostly because of a paint accident, and you'll probably hear that again in the live action video. Anyway, so I took the shoes, this little symbol thingy right here, and the tiara, and a whole lot of this to make the outfit. I took like this kind of under robe silhouette plus this situation with the belt and like the cross thingy on the jacket. I didn't end up how I wanted it because of the paint situation. And then the sleeve situation I wanted, and then this right here I wanted like these these thingies. I don't know what they're called, but I really like them, so I kept them. And oh, I guess I could also say I took like this sharp thingy, this cool sharp pointy thingy, and incorporated with this, which is kind of cool. And then I also had this, but on both sides of the robe. And honestly, like this silhouette plus this, plus this, plus this, this, and this were all combined to make the outfit that you'll see in a minute or two. And honestly, it was really cool. I did keep his scar. But it's a bit more pink than purple and red. But otherwise, it still does look like his scar. And I hope you do like it. Alright, next one. Okay, so Toph Beifong, I took her tiara and basically her color situation, and combined it with all these elements that I circled. So I wanted this little thing right here plus this, and then I would add the Earth Nation motifs. And I would also do the Earth Nation motifs on these kind of strip situation. Just a straight strip, not like a strip on the bottom hem. It's really simple. And then, so this is basically the majority of the dress situation. And then I circled the fan only because I wanted to do like something fun. And the fan ended up looking kind of like this, but not really. But I was really inspired by this fan because I wanted to do something like a flying boar on the fan, because that's her family's house symbol. And I want to do something cute like that. And I circled this mostly because of the hair size and also the ornate crown situation. And I wanted to do something really ornate, but then it's like, that's a little too difficult, and I don't think Toph would want to wear that, so kept this one in place of that. And I also like the hair, so I kept this hair. And I think when you see the hair in the picture, in the real life video part of this whole video, I think you'll like it. Alright, now we're going on to Suki! Okay, so for Suki, I kept as much as I could of the eye makeup, which is basically all of it, and the shade that I went with is a little bit darker than this, white, but still close enough. And I kept the tiara as much as I could. I didn't really keep these because I forgot about those, so I just did something like more ornate like this, which was the plan. And then I kept her crown, and her hair is a bit more like this. So imagine her crown with a bit more like an ornate detail without these thingies, and with like really crazy cool hair that's big. And then I kept her gloves, but not as like this, just more like simple green gloves. And I kept her fans, tried to do like an ombre effect, but close enough, kind of yellow. And then her armor is a mix of the robe and this situation with this detail as like a circle thing, kind of like going there. It's cool. I think you'll like it. And yeah, that is basically Suki. So now you'll see the pictures of what I drew from all this information in 3, 2, 1. And now I'm going to be showing you the drawings in real life. Alright, here we go. So, oh, I can't exactly adjust the camera anymore since now I have like a ring light. Yay, I have a ring light to correct my lighting situation. Okay, so, here we have Aang. He's super duper adorable. And he's got this like Tibetan monk outfit going on. Every time I like took a picture and like through Google and it was like, oh yeah, it does look like it. Like it's Tibetan monk style outfit. And a lot of the aspects I tried to draw in were hopefully in the slideshow that you saw. And I think I did an okay job. It was so hard to that tattoos on the arms were my hardest feat to defeat because I had to figure out how it started from like the back of the shoulder to the front of the arm. Like, how do you do that? Like, how? And then right here, that was also going to be difficult for myself too. Really like worried on what would happen. The head was the easiest. So was the feet. But yeah, I really like how the Tibetan monk outfit looks. Really happy with how it turned out. Also, instead of like a black background, I decided to do like colorful backgrounds for this round. I might do the same for the next group of drawings. I don't know. But yeah, I wanted to go for like a gold, like an Air Nation gold kind of situation for like all the Air Nation people, and then so on and so forth for the rest of the different nations. But yeah, I finished Aang. And if it looks shiny, it's because the light is shining on the lamination. Alright, now we have a more realistic looking Appa. I tried to keep like the shape of how Appa is normally the same. I just made him look a little bit more natural. The horns are a bit bigger and a bit more pronounced. And the face, I hope, looks a bit more bison-like. It still looks like Appa, though. It just looks like if he were to occur in natural nature among buffalo or bison. I feel like this is more of a bison naturally occurring thing, though, which could happen, which would be really cool. And I have a little saddle on top. But yeah, this is like Appa if he was like a naturally occurring animal in nature. And I really like how he turned out. And I tried so hard to keep all the aspects of what makes Appa Appa. I did like minus his signature colors with these more natural looking colors just because I wanted to make it a bit looking more real life kind of situation. Ignore the dog barking if you hear it. Alright, now we're going to move on to Momo. That's so cute. Look at them, they're so cute. Like naturally occurring animals. So this is Momo. I have his green eyes. It kind of looks blue on the camera, but it's green. Let me just change the lighting if I can. Wow, it's a lot brighter off camera, but yeah, this is his green eyes. I think they're really cutesy bootsy. And I'm going to tone it down a little bit so that it's a little less shiny. And I wanted to go for the more naturally looking weird. Like, some lemurs and some bats and some mice look really weird. So, might as well combine them all three. But it still has, like, the feel of Appa. Not Appa, a Momo, because it's mostly the eyes. The clipped ear right here, that was an accident from the paint, so I just went with it. But yeah, this is honestly really, really cute. I like how it turned out. I also liked painting do the line work first, then paint the outsides and like the insides and not the actual drawing part. It made it a lot easier to like do the drawing part after, because once the paint was dry, I was able to like, ooh, I got a color. I got this all done. All I have to do is paint again after I'm done. It felt good. But yeah, so we have the bat wings. The lemur legs and torso, really. And then this weird shaded part that I noticed on the picture that I used, that I did that. Because, I don't know, I felt like doing it. And, yeah. I had the arm start, like, here and then go here. And it wasn't, like, fully attached. Like, the wing part wasn't fully attached. It's, like, kind of, like, attached there. But it can easily, like, spread out. Like how most wings do. So that's, like, the idea. And I tried to have, like, a couple of, like, fur details. It is very, like, almost blending into the background, but, like, it still looks like him, because the tail is a bit more, like, ringtail lemur feeling I went for, because this is a nature occurring thing, so maybe, like, a natural, like ringtail situation going on that happens at the air temple. Like, there's certain trees that have this kind of pattern, and so this species of Momo would have that occurring. And maybe, like, this looks like the leaves or something. So, like, think of nature and think how animals need to camouflage to their surroundings. So that kind of was put into play. Okay. I went with Inuit. Not Inuit. Wait, yeah. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but it's, like, the Antarctic Alaskan tribes, like the Inuit people. And that's what I did for the outfit, while also keeping in mind with the water tribe stuff, and a little bit of Aztec on, like, this part, like this, like, with the bodice. I thought of that, but also more Inuit. Like, this design right here is, like, definitely Inuit, and also, like, the fur trim stuff, it's also Inuit inspired. And she has her boots, and she also has, like, some beads that are, like, Inuit inspired. I am sorry if I'm mispronouncing this culture's name. I'm trying. But I also really like how they have, like, a distinct style, like, with distinct patterns. Like, they have, like, a bunch of beads and a bunch of feathers, and I really like that. And I wanted to do that. And, like, I tried to go with a mishmash of modern and traditional. So, like, this right here, I took it from that sweater design and I put it on the trim part of the bodice. And then a lot of the cape design is also from that sweater, but then, like, the bodice detail right here and this part is inspired from, like, an Inuit top and stomacher. Yeah, I really liked that. And then this was just, like, why not? They already got a lot of swirls going on with the water tribe part, so might as well keep doing more swirls. And I really, really liked how this turned out. It was fun. And I also kept the skin tone pencils and the hair colored pencils that I used for Katara, and also a lot of the marker colors that I used for this for Sokka, because they're siblings and they're from the same tribe. So his Inuit outfit is a bit more of, like, a modern interpretation while keeping with some traditional stuff. Like, this design underneath his jacket is, like, inspired by one of those Inuit pictures that I have on the slideshow. I really like it. And then these little details I thought were cute. And then, wow, this is, like, really shiny. Let me try to turn this down. Okay, I might have to change the color setting. Nope. What if I blast it? Okay. There's just still a circle. What if I just... Yeah, let's do that! It's a spotlight now! Okay, so, like, these little dots, like these square dots, that's what I was also inspired by from the Inuit outfit. Then obviously you need to have the water tribe symbol for, like, the water nation symbol, so duh. And then he's got his signature necklace. He's got, like, a fluffy collar and fluffy boots and trim. And then he also has his arm bracers. And then he has his glove. Well, gloves, if you pretend that there's a glove on the other hand. And then his boomerang. And then his hair, too. So, yeah, that is Sokka. I also tried to do the same eye color, too. But, yeah, that is Sokka. They're so adorable. But then on this side, I had an accident. I had an accident with the paint. Yeah. So the accident with the paint was I was setting I was doing the background, and these two sides went on top of the face and chest area, and it messed up so much of my pencil work, or like my ink work that I did. So it was like, oh no. So I had to paint this whole thing, and I did not have any red paint, which sucked a lot, because like, no, I need the red paint because he's the Fire Nation. Ugh, it was so hard to even make the background color like a dark orange. So yeah, we'll just go from top to bottom. Okay, so I was lucky enough to have like these skin color paint that worked with his skin. So I also had to use like a marker, like a black marker, not like the marker that I've used before for the eye color and other details. I had to use like a thick marker that wasn't from my coloring set, and this is what I had to do. I had to line everything again. Really annoying. But yeah, if you remember from the slideshow, I took some pieces from both the character's design of his royal robes and from like the outfits that I chose. I incorporated into this, like the off, like this stuff right here, this stuff I took from that army's soldier outfit, and I put like a medallion or something on each side, and also like the shoulder thingy I did there too. I also added a collar, and this is a different color from this. It was so hard to use the paint with what I had, but I did, and I tried. And I also tried to do like a belt situation, like a 3-layered belt situation. That was difficult. And then I also have this medallion thingy too, because, gotta show off that bling. Gotta show off your royalty. So he's got some bling to show off that he's both Fire Nation and Fire Lord, so that's cool. I think this looks Japanese, although it could be a mishmash of other Asian cultures, which is what Japanese royal couture was basically, while also becoming its own. But I feel like this does look kind of like a mishmash of Asian cultures, which is kind of fun, which is kind of both intentional and unintentional. And then this fire, like this situation right here was actually directly from Zuko's bottom part of his skirt, his robe. Oh, and then the shoes. I was really inspired by his like pointy shoes, and I wanted to give him pointy shoes, so I did. So much gold paint, and so much mixing. Oh my gosh. His entire outfit is basically paint, and then I tried to add some pencil on top just to give it like a little bit of some Fire Nation texture or something, like some fire red. But I tried so hard. I did my best. Alright, now I finished sealing this just before starting this video. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I'm really happy with this because she looks blind. She looks blind. Isn't that cool? But yeah, so this is Toph. I nearly said Appa, but this is Toph. And this is so cute. I did like a little flying boar. I hope that looks like a boar, but if you know the show, you know the context. I tried to look up like the flying boar or something like that, so that way I knew what to do. It's not on the slideshow. But yeah, this is Toph Beifong, and she looks really, really cool. And I didn't know what to do for like the ornamental piece, like the headpiece stuff, so I just did her normal one instead of the crazy headpiece stuff, but I did plan on doing a headpiece, so yay. And I really like how she turned out. I did give her a manicure and pedicure, because why not? She's in a modern / not modern traditional looking outfit, so what do you know? I did give her some lipstick that was like, because in the pictures that I found, a lot of those ladies were wearing some kind of lipstick on their lips, so I wanted to do something similar but with green, because why not? And it could be like some earthy, like some kind of mineral that she could bend and put on her lips herself, so she could probably have some kind of control, so that'd be cool. And I was really happy when I was like ooh, I could just do these simple motifs and make it detailed while not trying too hard. So it's just a bunch of circles and squares and Earth Nation symbols. And feet and hands are my toughest to do, but I think I did a good job on her feet. I usually do gloves or like try not to do hands at all. But yeah, this is what I tried. And I think it looks good. I wanted to include a fan because it's cute, and plus, what if Toph gets hot or something? She could use it, or she could use it as a weapon to smack someone with, so that works too. Now, finally, Suki. I wanted to keep her Kyoshi warrior outfit look, so I did this. And I wanted to go more like samurai, like a female samurai look, which is Japanese. And I wanted to do like definitely keep her Suki-ness and upgrading her to like a bit like of a modern-ish interpretation of a Japanese Kyoshi warrior in real life. And I think I did okay. I kept the crown, like parts of the crown, but obviously it's not perfect. But I did also make it a little bit more like bedazzled a little bit, because apparently a lot of the headdresses that some Japanese people would wear were very glitz and glam, so I went with that. And the makeup, the camera thought it was like red, but it's actually orange, so that's cool. Got to get away with not having to use an actual red, or like without using an actual red marker, because I don't actually have one. I have pink, but not red, so I usually use pink for like my undercolors. But yeah, the green top is like, imagine it as like a green armor plate for her chest plate. And then obviously she has her green robes that go around it sometimes. And she's got a gold belt and her gold fans, which help you remember she's Suki. And also, I wanted to go with like the studded metal plates, which are here. And then the stomacher thingy. Well, not really stomacher, it's like some kind of plate that goes around her waist or something to protect her. And then obviously she's got her shoes, which could be interpreted as like armored green. I don't know. But yeah, it's still cool. I really like how Suki turned out. It was really difficult, but I tried my best. And the hair was kind of fun because it's just four circles, and then I just did hairlines. And that was it, which is kind of fun. And I tried to keep her like serious tone of face, but also giving her a smile, like a sort of smile. And I think I captured that, which is fun. And I want to go with gloves because she wears gloves in her outfit, and because I don't want to do hand details, like too crazy hand details. So I did that. But yeah, thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell when you want to be notified about another video. And thank you for watching. Bye, Fox Cubs!